Let's get ready together while I talk about things I wish that someone had told me before I started university. I just finished my second year and the third year is approaching. And there were so many things that I was stressed about, worried about, that I realized never actually mattered. It's the end of July and I feel like the fall is right around the corner. The school year is coming up, so I feel like this is the perfect time to talk about these things. Okay, so let's just jump right in. The first thing, and I would say the most important thing, is that your grades don't define you. To be completely honest, I was a straight A student in high school. I was top of my class. I was really, really smart. And then once I got to university, I realized everyone's really smart, not just me. And I was just not getting the same grades that I was getting in high school. I was actually doing really bad my first year. The grades I was getting were grades I've never seen before. I even failed some things and I was so upset. I was distraught. Every day I would literally cry because of my grades. My grades were the biggest worry, and they still are my biggest worry, but I don't worry and care about them like I used to. Like if I don't do well on something but I still pass, I honestly don't care. Like I'm just happy to pass. University is just such a different world. Like the grades there, the tests, it is just such a different world, and it's like you can't expect to be getting the same grades that you were getting in your little high school now in this huge university. Because truly in high school you might have been the smartest kid in the class, but your university class is made up of a bunch of kids that were the smartest kid in the class in high school. I know it's much easier said than done, but if you pass your test or really struggling on something, but you got your grade back and you at least passed, I think that you should be proud of yourself and try not to beat yourself down for it, because honestly, it's not going to do anything for you. It's just going to make you more worried and more stressed. And this kind of brings me into the next one. Don't compare yourself, because nobody actually knows what they're doing. I swear sometimes I feel like I'm so lost and everybody around me knows what they're doing. I'm the only one that just has no idea what's going on, has no idea what to do on the test, has no idea what to study. But then when I was starting to actually get close to some people and asking them questions like, hey, do you know what this means? Or do you know what we should be studying for the test on Friday? Whatever it may be, I realized that nobody else knew either. I feel like people in university love to fake it. Like they love to act like they know everything and that they're doing the best and that their grades are so good. You'll even meet a lot of people that would be like, oh, I'm not telling you my grades. After the tests and stuff, like we would all share our grades, what we got, and there would be some people like, no, I don't share my grades. You really just have to ignore that. People love to pretend like they have their life together because, once again, university is just filled with a bunch of smart kids in high school that have these huge egos. But trust me when I say more people than you would think have not studied for the test yet, probably didn't do well on that assignment, probably don't even know what content to be reviewing. I went through like a huge time in university where I was like, oh my god, like I feel like I'm the only one. I really felt like I was the only one that didn't know what was going on. I felt like the only one that was failing tests. And I was like, why does everyone else know what to do? Why do they know what to study? Why do they know how to answer these questions? Like, how are they finishing the midterms so fast? And then there's me, I don't know my head from my ass. And it's just like, that's not true. It's not true. These people are pretending. And then honestly, it gets to the point where you start pretending too, because if everyone else is going to pretend that they're doing so well, I'm going to start pretending too. When people ask, did you start studying for the midterm? Yeah, I did a few days ago. In reality, I don't even know what to be studying. But it's just like, if everyone else is going to be pretending around you, might as well join the game. But yeah, at the end of the day, please never ever think, oh my god, it's just me, I don't know what I'm doing, because trust me when I say it is not just you, it is probably the closest people around you too. My next advice, I feel like people hear this a lot, but it would definitely be to go to office hours. In my first year, I was struggling a lot. I mean, I'm studying math, and the math in university is really, really, really different from the math in high school. It's because I was struggling so much, I would go to the office hours all the time to get some extra help. And trust me when I say, I actually made friends in the office hours. I would meet other kids there. Like, I feel like the same kids would go like every single week. And then on top of making friends in the office hours, your professors got to know you. So if ever there was like an issue with the way my test was graded, or I wanted an extra mark or something and I went back, my professor knew who I was, so like they were a little bit more lenient and they would do it for me. I actually got so close to one of my professors in first year that I think he bumped my grade up just because like I was so close to him. I was always going to his office hours. I wasn't really understanding what was going on, and he kind of felt bad for me because when I did the calculations of all my grades, my grade should have been lower than the final grade I actually got in his class, and I really think he bumped my grade up. The best thing in university is for your professors to get to know you. If your professor knows you by name in a class of thousands of kids, trust me when I say you have the biggest advantage. Compared to all those kids in the room, you have the biggest advantage, and there will be kids that are going to the office hours. So don't you want to be one of them? Because if you're not going, there's other kids that are going and they will be getting that advantage, because at the end of the day, it is an advantage. It is. Okay, next, do not buy every textbook immediately. My first year, when I would read the syllabus to the class I was in, I bought every single textbook immediately. I'm one of those kids that likes to be prepared. I like to be on the ball. I like to show up the first day of school with everything I need. No, don't be that person, because I was buying textbooks online. They were ebooks. They were hundreds of dollars, and I didn't even get to keep it after. It was kind of like my access expired after my class, so I didn't even get to keep the ebook. I was buying these textbooks. Little did I realize, all you got to do is go in Google, copy and paste the name of the textbook into the search engine, and then just put PDF at the end. And 8 times out of 10, there is a free PDF of that textbook. You just download it to your laptop, put it on your desktop, so then it's easily accessible for you to use whenever you want to use it. After first year, I never bought a textbook again. The amount of money I wasted in textbooks is ridiculous. Obviously, if you try to look for a textbook online and there isn't a free PDF version, then yes, buy the textbook. I mean, you don't really have a choice. Do your best to always search up on Google first. And sometimes you don't find it right away. I would also go as far as to saying ask other kids in the class, but I honestly don't get the point of buying an online textbook and then losing access to it. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna say is apply for opportunities even if you feel unqualified. Meaning, if you're going to be applying for internships and it says they only want third years and you're in first year, apply anyways. You don't understand how many people I know, and it's even happened to myself, where I apply for things and I'm not qualified in the slightest. Like, I think to myself, if I even got this job or this opportunity, would I even be able to do it? Like, I'm not qualified in the slightest. It doesn't matter. You always have a shot, and then you'll learn. If you get the job, if you get the opportunity, if you get the chance to be in the club that you want to be in, you will learn. This one girl I know has no dance background, never danced a day in her life, but she really wanted to be on our university dance team. She tried out for the dance team and she was like, I'm so unqualified. I'm literally going to embarrass myself. Everyone's going to be watching me doing this routine, and I've like never danced before. I don't even know the rules. She did it, and there was a lot of kids trying it. Like, it's not like she made the team because there was nobody else. And she made it. Because honestly, what's the worst they could say? No? Okay, on to the next. If you want to be in a club that you think you know nothing about, but you really think it's interesting, but you're like, I'm not qualified to be in this club, I don't know anything. Who cares? Just apply for it. Especially when it comes to internships, just apply for it. Still go for things even if you don't feel qualified. And I would say that mainly goes for like internships and stuff, because a lot of people don't feel qualified for internships. Of course, why would you? An internship is your first experience ever. Like, you don't have any job experience in that field prior to your internship. You just have to feel confident within yourself. Next, another very important one, you have to learn how to manage your time. University is literally a big ball of learning how to manage your time. Between the 5 classes that you're taking, you have multiple midterms, multiple assignments, multiple exams, and you're all studying for these things at the same time. Not only that, a lot of people have a job while being in school. A lot of people want to see their friends. A lot of people are in clubs. So if you're taking 5 classes, it's the end of September, midterms are around the corner, you have 5 midterms to take, but you also work, you're also in a club that wants to do a meeting the same week of your midterms, you want to see your friends. How are you going to do all that? You need to learn how to manage your time. First year, I didn't know how to manage my time, and I would just coop myself up in my dorm all day and all night. I would leave to go to classes, and then I would go in my dorm all night, and all I did was school. All I did was school, and I became depressed. I was crying myself to sleep every single night. I was so sad, and nobody wants to live like that, and that's what's gonna happen if all you do is schoolwork. You need to learn how to manage your time wisely between your classes, but also like the school life balance. You need to be able to do both, because if not, it's not gonna go well. So yeah, really learn how to have a balance, and don't just like throw yourself into school. Learn how to split it up. Next thing I'm gonna say is protect your mental health. Oh my gosh, in university, your mental health is really, really fragile. You can start to feel almost a sense of guilt or like feeling bad if you go out. In my second year, towards the end, I would go out a lot like before my midterms, but it was like a healthy amount. Like I would be going out with my friends to get food, whatever. It was a healthy amount. I was having a healthy balance, but I was feeling bad. I was like, oh my God, I should be studying right now. I have a midterm tomorrow. Like, why am I out with my friends getting food? Like, I should be studying. Don't let that make you feel bad. Like, you should be going out with your friends. Study all day and then go out with your friends at night. You don't need to study all night too. And even my roommate noticed this about me. She was like, I feel like you're studying less and you're doing better. Like, when I was studying less, kind of, I guess you could say less, but I would say more of like having a balance, I was doing so much better in school than I was when I would be like studying all night until the next morning for my test. You will burn out eventually, and then you will be less productive. Next thing I would say is comparison will ruin your experience. Do not compare yourself to anybody. Not friends, not peers, nobody. Everybody is different. Some people get internships in their first year. Some people get internships in their fourth year. Some people fail classes. Some people pass classes. Everyone is different. Everyone is on different timelines. You just have to do what works for you, because what works for you might not work for them. What works for them might not work for you. This is another one I struggled with. I really, really compared myself to a lot of people. I would think I'm behind. I would think I'm stupid. I was constantly comparing myself to other people. I promise you, the less you compare yourself, the more at peace you will be. Those are probably the biggest things I wish I knew before starting university. If you're heading into your first year, I hope that this helped you feel a little less nervous. Before my first year, I was a big ball of nerves, and I feel like I did everything wrong. I was always stressing, I was comparing myself, I did not protect my mental health. And if you're already in university, let me know some more things that you wish you knew before you started university, because I am learning new things every day. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one.